Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we are going to be looking at my free-to-play account. I'm going to be pushing it on today, see how far I can get through dungeons and that type of stuff with my Draco, now fully leveled, fully geared, etc. Before we do it, there's some funny old stuff going on in the game right now. People are asking my opinion. I'm going to tell it to you straight. We just got some free gifts. Annoyingly, I've accepted them all, but we got some free gifts. Bit random, but we'll take it. Anything free, it's like that. Big thumbs up. You will see, you probably just thought, free to play? Yeah, I am buying shards. I'm buying shards because this free to play account is being given away once I hit 100,000 subs. Up until then, I'm still going to be doing videos on it. So what I'm doing is I'm buying up good shard packs, which I'm going to give to the winner as like a juicy bonus for this free to play account. So you're going to get an account with Draco, Vizier, Maneater, etc. You're also going to get a chunk of shards from every shard pack I buy, which is a good offer. So pretty cool. Once I hit 100k subs, if you haven't subbed yet, hit the sub and we'll be closer to that giveaway. The other thing I want to touch on before I get into showing off what I can do on this account now is the Bazaar. And this is going to be probably just people are not going to like my view. But I'm going to tell you my view anyway. I've been talking about how should Raid monetize in this game, and instead of dropping out packs like the normal packs, this one 30 quid, whatever, 20 quid, 50 quid, 50 quid. I've been saying for a long time, probably for a year, they should monetize this game more with aesthetics. So people pay a lot of money for cool avatars. People pay a lot of money for cool skins to go on their best champions. You know, imagine if there was a different Draco skin that was a legendary skin. You know, I don't know, like fiery wings or gold-plated wings or whatever. People pay money for that stuff. I don't know, like some sort of Marvel skin over the top of it somehow, or some sort of, I don't know, whatever it is. People pay for that stuff, right? And it doesn't impact the game. So the gap between pay to play and free to play doesn't grow. It's exactly the same as before people started buying that stuff. But if you can imagine, if you're a massive whale and you've got most of the champions in the game, shard pulling becomes less important to you. And if there was a way to buy aesthetics to pimp your account, then that's actually more important to you. So I'm surprised they don't do it already. I wish they would, because it might mean that they can get more realistic prices for the packs and then still earn tons of cash out of aesthetics. And this is probably the first time we've seen anything in that direction in the game. So we have got a avatar for 100,000 gold bars. And there's a real split of like people just straight out moaning about it. What's going on? Oh, greedy player. It's not greedy. They don't earn any money from it, guys. Okay? And if you get it or you don't get it, it doesn't change your game at all, right? So just try and get through your head that all it is an aesthetic. So, and this aesthetic, we're being told, doesn't come back. After 30 days, a new one pops up. This one's gone. I like it. I like that. It means that the people that don't need to spend the 30,000 gold bars on a sacred because they've got tons of champs can just save up and get an avatar which is pretty unique. There is no point in having an avatar for 100,000 gold bars that everyone can get. What's the point? You may as well just throw it back into the choose an avatar screen. Yeah, everyone can have it. So I like that everyone cannot get it. I would have done it slightly different. I would have had something in the bronze avatars, like I don't know, like an average to bad avatar that everyone could get, and keep the free to players at bay. And then I would have had a slightly cooler one in the silver, and then I'd have this kind of spanking one in the gold. But I like the idea of this. I hope they do more stuff like this in skins and, you know, all sorts of other aesthetical type stuff. Aesthetical probably isn't a word, but I like it. I think it's a good move. I think it's the right way to go. So that's my view. That's my view. You can't alter it because it's mine. Right, let's look at this account then. So we have now got ourselves Vizier, still in defense gear, enough accuracy to deal with Nightmare Clan Boss, high level of defense, 3.1k, 193 speed's probably a bit too fast. We've got a Draco who is now stacking up the accuracy. I'm going to rebuild him in a minute. I managed to find an accuracy banner at last for my Draco, which means that I don't need this accuracy deer anymore, which means I'm going to speed him up by putting some speed deer on him. We've got a Man-Eater, also in Lifesteal Gear. We've got a Frozen Banshee in Lifesteal Gear. So these 4 and Apothecary now become my Clan Boss team. Speed, decrease defense, weaken, decrease attack, and poison. So I got like the main things I need and speed. If I had a counter attacker, yes, I'd be using it. If I had a Painkeeper, I'd be on an unkillable team like that. But yeah, so that's a good solid now 5 for my Clan Boss, which means I can free up Elhain and Kale to go for more damage builds. So you see here, instead of high defense now, we've gone for high attack with high crit rate and stuff. So this is no longer a Clan Boss build. Same sort of thing here. High speed, crit rate, crit damage, which also means I can fight in the arena. I'm still running High Katoon, War Maiden, Kale, and Elhain as my arena team because I've managed to free those ones up, and then everyone else is kind of like dungeons and Clan Boss. So we're going to see how far I can push this team today, and I guess I'll quickly just show you the gear sets of everyone else, the stats on everyone else. So Man-Eater, just over 3.2k defense, enough accuracy to land his decreased attack. Frozen Banshee, 3.2k defense, and enough accuracy. Apothecary, 3.3k defense. See how they're all kind of pretty similar levels, which gives me the best chance of staying alive for a long time. Good speed, 50% crit rate, could do with a bit more there. And then for the dungeon guys, we've got good speed, high attack. I need more accuracy. I'm hoping I've pulled an accuracy banner. That's what I'm lacking here. I think I did. No. So he might end up having the gear that Draco's wearing and they kind of swap. Maybe. I don't know. And then Elhain, again, doesn't need accuracy, so she goes last in the arena. So show you a couple of arena fights first, and then we can get into some of the dungeons and stuff. So I'm in Gold 2. I got to Gold 3, which is kind of nuts. Speed into decreased defense, and my speed champion is running at 245. That's a level 50. If I 6-star her, she's straight away going to be at like 252. But I don't have enough resources yet. You can just see here, I pretty much outspeed everyone. Look how much faster I am. Next person to go is going to be Kale. I think this might be a bot page actually, because this is really bad. Drop defense on everyone, play the nukes, sit them down, and what a change the arena is in the last 2 months. I was struggling I was struggling to get out of bronze, sitting at like low silver for a long time. Now, like everyone else, I'm slamming my way through the arena. No problem at all. Pretty much, and we get pages like this, but even on the main pages, I'm beating, I'd say, at least 3 or 4 of the teams, and then I just wait for a refresh. So my Great Hall's now been able to start to develop. The only thing I haven't done, which I should have done, is I've not carried on with all of my missions, mainly because my next mission is for the Void Tower, and I keep forgetting to do it on a Sunday. That's the only thing which is holding me up. I keep forgetting I need to do it. So this is like a normal page now. What I do is I look for similar team strengths to mine, or I look to see if their team power is kind of doable. This speed lead kind of fills me with dread, but this feels like a totally winnable team. And I'm just picking out my opponents. So I'm getting those gold bars in the arena. I'm improving my Great Hall very quickly. And obviously, you do it on auto, she does the wrong attack, but either way, we win the fight quite comfortably. And this is where my arena team's gone. So, interestingly, I moved Draco into the team, but because I can't get him fast enough to get all of the stats I want for Clan Boss, I just brought Wall Maiden straight back in. Don't need Draco for this setup. And Wall Maiden kind of frees up my Draco to be as good as he can be for Clan Boss and dungeons, which is quite cool. I really would have loved to have got an ally attacker on this account by now, or obviously a counter attacker would be awesome, but ally attacker would be cool, just to get more damage out of my clan boss setup. So let me show you. I'm just going to change the Draco a little bit, and then we'll get into a clan boss run. Okay then, we're ready to go. I've done most of the masteries on the Draco. Got them down to War Master, which is the most important thing. All of my clan boss team have got some sort of masteries going on. So let's get into clan boss hit. The aim with a team like this, really, without a counter attack or an ally attack, you're trying to get a... I guess ideally you're trying to get a 3 key would be nice. I would take a 3 key all day, I think. So what have we got here? That doesn't work. I think that's the only one that works. A bit more accuracy. I could speed tune this like perfectly so that Maneater would block the stun, but to do that I'd need him to be way faster than he is, and he would basically steal all of my speed gear. So the way I've got this going is that Draco's now the fastest. We should get decrease attack, decrease defense, and weaken out. And, Frozen Banshee is not quite quick enough. I wanted Frozen Banshee as well before Draco died, ideally, but didn't happen. So I wanted to try and extend everything. So I need to tweak that a little bit so that Frozen Banshee just speeds up a touch. But we get the poisons off. Everyone's got lifesteal gear on, and everyone is able to heal themselves through that. Then obviously Vizier just stacks up those debuffs. So look how fast we've cleaned up that debuff bar. Now it's a case of keeping them on whilst keeping the team alive for as long as possible. So I'm going to get the block stun up here. There we go, extending those debuffs. I still don't have a number of books in Vizier, and Draco's got no books at all. So I've got plenty of, I've got plenty of epic books. I don't have loads of rare books, and I don't have any legendary books. But we're full on debuffs. Sometimes some do drop off if Vizier doesn't keep it going straight away. But pretty much I can get Vizier to extend just about everything. You see here is a couple of turns in a row that he's not landed. Fill those last couple up. I think we're full, are we? Yeah. Save those other abilities for now. Keep us running quick. When I'm manualing like this, I will also keep us running quick with Frozen Banshee's A2. She won't use this ability on auto. But often, if you're trying to get like decent amount of hits on your clan boss keys, you will do better to manual your keys. If you can afford to waste that 10 minutes of your life and do it, you should do it, especially when you're at this sort of stage. When you're at the sort of stage that my main is at, then you build an auto comp and it works. But right the way through my early game play, I was always, and I mean always, manualing the fights to try and get the best possible outcome. And that's what I'm doing here on this account as well. You can see here we've still kept a full debuff bar up. So I'm going to play this through to the end. I'll get it to like turn 20 or so, and then you can see how we're getting on. Okay, so my previous record was 13 mil. The further you get into the fight, the more you need to start to think about the abilities you're using. So, for example, I'm now making sure that I've got my Veil up on my Vizier as part of his kit. He's got a kit which puts a Veil on. The Veil dramatically reduces the damage you've got coming into your Vizier. You're also making choices around when to use, like I'm going to put Veil up here, watch this. Veil goes up, any AoE hit is going to dramatically reduce the damage he's going to take. You're also making choices about when to use things like an Apothecary heal versus speed. Like this is now a dangerous move. If I don't use my ability, then he's probably dead, as in his A1. But if he doesn't proc War Master, he's dead anyway. We might be able to get round to another turn for him, but it's kind of just making those decisions, which on auto, you can't choose those things. So I've got a choice here of hope for a War Master proc from one of these hits, or just heal myself. But the heal's probably not enough to keep me alive anyway. So I'm gambling. I lost a gamble and went all red. Should have gone on black. They're the sort of decisions you've got to make as you go. So one man down, but we're already at 14, nearly 15 mil. It would be awesome actually to get 20. I don't think we will, so we're taking too much damage. But 20 million is like a 2 key, and that's the goal, I guess. That's what we're looking for. Keep the decreased defense back up. Same sort of decision I just had to make. Should I... Let's put Unkillable up here. Should I go for a hit to heal? I think he would have died if I didn't just put that up. Try and extend those buffs. Debuffs. Got another Unkillable coming up here. Try and heal. Got that. Try and heal again. So we're Unkillable for another turn. 16 million. I need to get my Veil back up now. If I put Veil up, I lose 2 debuffs. See this? So these are the type of decisions that I'm making, rightly or wrongly. Frozen Banshee is definitely dead. Vizier might now be dead. Oh no, we've got a Veil up here. So he's probably going to live. Frozen Banshee, unless she crits, which she did. Kind of just lasted another turn. We're going to get to 17 mil or so, which is strong. So 17 million damage on Nightmare. Draco's having a bit more. I think we're done. Nearly 18. 17.7 million damage. New record for me on my Nightmare Clan Boss. Let's have a look then at some other areas. So dungeons. I'm easily farming minnows. Dragon's the most important level. I have beaten Dragon with this team. I've done it once before. I did it off camera, but I think I'll just show you the run as well. My stage 20 is not 100%. I could do with somebody who's a bit more of a control champion to come in. So, you know, if I get some more resources and I can get Fellhound into a stun set, then that would be like the next improvement for this team. But we do have decreased attack. We've got block debuffs for the dragon part of the fight. We've got 2 poisoners in this team, provided I can keep them alive. A Reliquary Tender would do well here, just to kind of give me a resurrect in case someone drops. I can't really afford to lose Kale and Draco. If I keep one of them alive to get through to the boss, I should win, because both of them have got enough poisons to see me through the dragon. But you can see here, we're just kind of like slowly but surely picking one off at a time. Decrease attack, decrease defense, just reduces their damage output. Obviously, Draco doing it right now is kind of bad because it means that we're unlikely to have it up for the next wave. But everyone's just about staying alive. I've got enough defensive stats on my team. I've got enough accuracy to land my debuffs. Maybe we'll be okay, actually. Draco might just have it back up now, maybe. No, one more turn. So we've got 1 turn of worry. Decrease attack going out, though, on their big hitters is good. Draco should drop defense next. I could do with Unkillable coming up from my Man-Eater, ideally, just to keep me in. Oh, he's down. Still got another turn on that. As long as Draco stays alive here with Man-Eater, I think I've got a good chance of still winning. And probably the way I should have this set up is that I should have Kale on higher HP than this Apothecary, so that Apothecary is the target. Apothecary's got a good amount of defense, and he's actually a really good champion at just tanking up waves. So that's a tweak that I'll need to make to my lineup, just to make it a bit more of a 100% run. You see how he can tank it up, whereas Kale was just getting like one shot basically. But we're not far off getting through. Unkillable comes up again. And yeah, we're pretty much home and dry now. I don't think there's any way we don't get through to the dragon. And then it's whether we've got enough arsenal to take us through the dragon. Obviously, if I could book out Draco, this becomes tons easier, because I get all of these things on a lower cooldown. And that's things like the poisons on a lower cooldown really helps. But yeah, we're through this. Onto the dragon. 2 minutes 30 odd. I don't have my Kale, but I do have poisons from Draco. So it should be enough. Really, the only other damage I've got is Warmaster procs. Nothing else is doing damage here apart from those 2 things. Luckily, Man-Eater blocks that stun, so we do get a kind of nice go at this. Starting to get some damage off now. 3 poisons land. Decrease attacks on. It should be job done. We do take a lot of hits there. We've got heals from Apothecary. We've got plenty of defense on these champs, all of them. And those ticks of poison are actually going to be doing all the damage now. So this is my first level 20 dungeon complete as a free-to-player-ish. I did spend £10. I'm sure some people are going to remind me of that. Easily, like looking at my roster, easily the hardest dungeon for this roster is Spider. I don't really have an answer for Spider yet on my roster. I've got an answer, I think, for Ice Golem. I've got a reasonable shout at Fire Knights. But Spider, I don't really have an answer to get anywhere near 20 right now. So a bit longer than the run I did originally, but that's just Kale died. But you can see here, 4 minutes. And we've got a dead level 20 dragon. Dropping me rubbish gear. Yeah, in terms of Spider, I think, what stage have I got to? I've got to 14. I could probably get 15 a go. It's the worst affinity for my setup. You still kind of want quite a lot of AoE damage at 15. This might work, it might not. But this is easily like the toughest test for me, is trying to get up to like 17 Spider. Potentially the best way to do it is actually for me to level Bulwark, or to equip Bulwark to be able to HP burn, and then Vizier just spread the HP burn to the rest of the team, the rest of the Spiderlings. But I don't have enough turn meter control to really make that work. You see, Maneater does not do his turn meter control ability unless you click the Spider. So if I needed to do it on like an auto run for, so if I show you here, if I click the Spider, he'll actually do his A2. Or should do. Maybe he needs maybe we need decrease attack out there first. But his AI is just a little bit funky. Again, if I improve my Kale and... Yeah, here we go. So he stole that turn meter there. If I improve my Kale and Apothecary setup so that Apothecary becomes a tank, I've got a better chance here. So I'm going to buzz this through. I think it loses. I think this team's not quite got it. We did 14 pretty comfortably. Because of the affinity here, we're just struggling. But this is definitely my hardest dungeon. Yes, this is going to be a wipe. So it looks like for now, I either need to tweak the teams that I'm running. I think Spider's just a bit beyond me right now. I will need to adjust the teams I'm running. But I have beaten 18 on Ice Golem as part of today's kind of test to try and get Elegaeus. Again, I come into my worst affinity nightmare on stage 19. And then 20 I think I could do. But 18 was an 11-minute job. So I'm farming stage 17 on auto right now. And then Fire Knight's the one that I've not really tried. So let's see if we've got any more in the tank for Fire Knight. So I think I do this. Vizier's good here anyway. Got speed. I think I do this though. Instead for more defense. I could bring Fellhound in as well. It might be overkill. If I bring Fellhound in, it's probably here, but I think I'd rather have the 60. But you can see over the course of probably about the last month or so, just getting more 60s, getting some champions with good abilities, it's really pushed this account on. And we're now in a position that we're kind of farming the endgame dungeons, which just makes your gear growth much better, and just gives you a much better shot. Hardest thing for me to do here is to get a lure to the boss without a dying. Like that. And I think without her in the boss fight, I think we lose. So similar to the situation really with Dragon, I need somebody now to come in and start to be more of a control champion. So someone like Seal, if this account gets Seal, or when this account gets Seal, would be huge, because that stun working way through waves is actually huge. I think we just don't have enough hits. Potentially we've got the damage in these 3, but I don't know if we've got enough hits to actually get the job done. We get through shields. We just need someone then to come in and drop turn meter. So Finite's bit of a challenge too. But yeah, so guys, that is my free-to-play account progress. We've got 30-odd shards for Drexar. I am starting to build up some of the Elegaeus stuff. But yeah, still a lot of fun. Still having fun with it. I feel like I'm getting towards the end of what I can show you, which is why it's time to give it up. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. There will be some more of these coming up as I continue to progress the account. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.